Hello everybody, it's Regina Pugh from Dallas, Texas. I am back again with another video. You know what we say here, heaven speaks, let us listen and let us obey. So not the last video that I did, but the one before that, I talked a little bit about my prophetic journey and what it's been like for me as a prophetic vessel that the Lord has used and is using, and you know, he continues to develop my gift. And I let you guys know that when I came back that I would have a visitor with me. So today I have, who are you?
Hi guys. My name is Makai Pugh, and I am 16 years old. I am a musician from Illinois. We moved to Dallas. I'm also a business owner, working with my business, Certified Nation. Also, you guys can subscribe to my channel. Yeah.
Good. So my budding and inspiring entrepreneur here. But yeah, this is my son, Makai. No, you know we're recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So listen, what you see is what you get. I'm not going back to do any edits or anything. But I told you all that I was going to have a guest. This is my guest. And I wanted to speak today about what it's like raising prophetic children, okay? My journey dealing with him and trying to help him cultivate his gift, and as well as his experiences. I will give him a chance to kind of you know, tell what it is, what it's been like for him. So I'll start by I had to think about when I first kind of figured out and began to observe that he was different and that he definitely carried the prophetic gift. I would say probably between like the ages of somewhere between like 6 and 8 is when I started to notice like little things here and there. So I have two main occurrences, I would say. One of them was when we were at dinner with our family. And he was sitting at the table with us. We were preparing to eat. We were out to eat. And he I could tell that it definitely was not him, that it was the voice of the Holy Spirit that was like speaking through him. There was a family member that, you know, was kind of hooked up with the wrong people. And he sat at the table across from, this was a family member that he's very close with and very fond of. You know, every time he sees him, when he was younger, he would light up. And even to this day, one of his favorite relatives. But he sat down at the table with this particular relative, and there was like a holy boldness that came over him. And he said to this relative, you have some phone numbers in your cell phone that you need to delete. You need to disconnect yourself from these individuals because you are aware that they are going to bring you down the wrong path. They are nothing but trouble for you, and they will eventually end up getting you into trouble. So do what you need to do and separate yourself from these individuals.
I didn't know I said that. That's crazy.
Yeah, so like the entire table, look, he doesn't even remember. The entire table, like, you know, the adults that were there and were aware, like, stopped. And we looked at each other like, what just happened? Like, that was totally not him, you know? And after he gave his spiel, he was back to being a child. Hey, such and such, how are you? I missed you. How was your day? Da, da. I mean, it was like night and day, like a switch. So that was like one of the very first occurrences. And the individual was like totally freaked out by it. I mean, he was just kind of sitting there. He gave this nervous laugh like, oh my God, this kid. You know, he even said those words like, oh my God, this kid here. You know, so it was definitely like, you know, confirmation even in the moment, you know, that the individual recognized that it was indeed the Holy Spirit that was speaking through him. And you know, it's no coincidence that God can use anybody that he chooses whenever he chooses. You know, in the Bible, he used a donkey, you know, so that was one of the first occurrences. And one of the other occurrences, I would say probably around 12 or so, 12 or 13. I was on my way to a wedding. We had just left the gym, you know, doing like a workout as a family. And I was going, after the gym, I was going to go to a wedding. He was in the back seat, in the back seat of the car, sleep. And, you know, I had got all dressed and everything and was headed out. And he wakes up out of his sleep and says, Mom, I had a dream that we just had like a really bad accident, and it wasn't good at all. And it was just something in me like, okay, this is not a regular dream. I'm not going to go to this wedding because I'm going to dodge this bullet. You know what I mean? Because I believed and I felt in my spirit that the Lord was sending me a warning. So those are like the first two occurrences that I can recall, and how the Lord, the confirmation of him walking in a prophetic gifting. Over the years, I too have grown and I'm learning more about the Lord. So in that moment, I now know I just needed to pray. You know what I mean? I needed to pray, and I need to cover myself and cover my children and go on my way. Because our prayers can change and divert the very plan of the enemy. But anywho, I didn't go. So I felt like I listened to the voice of the Holy Spirit, the warning of the Holy Spirit, and I didn't go to that particular wedding that day because of what he had saw in his sleep when he was sitting in the back seat of the car. So that's those are the two reasons. Now, since then, as he gets older, he's dreamt several times, angelic visitations and hearing the audible voice of the Lord in his sleep. And he's also a prophetic seer. So how I cultivate him now, so I think that it's important as parents that we cultivate our children who are in the prophetic, which is, I'm blessed to be able to have the opportunity, just based off my experiences, as I told you guys in the other video. Like, I don't claim to be a guru or anything like that. I don't know it all. We are ever learning. All of us should ever be learning, under the tutelage of the Holy Spirit, right? So I am just learning to cultivate him, and one of the main things that I am pushing him to is a deeper depth of a prayer life. So I always teach my children, when you wake up in the morning, you give God thanks, you give him honor, you spend time with him at the top of your day, or, whenever. But I want them to, and especially him, because I know that he walks in the prophetic gift, to understand the very importance of prayer. He's had instances where he has seen, the Lord would reveal things to him about other people, and he would say, well, Mom, what is this? I don't really understand why I'm seeing this about this individual. And hey, because I've walked it out, over the years, I can tell him, it's your responsibility as a prophetic person, because prophetic people are intercessors. God has called us to be intercessors. It's your responsibility to take what the Holy Spirit has given you, that divine intel, and you need to pray for that individual, and you need to pray for that situation, whatever it is that God has shown you. So one of the downfalls, because it's just natural for our parents to want to be able to protect our children at any given turn, from anything that seems to harm them. As a prophetic seer, I've touched on it in the video. If you haven't seen that video, please go watch it. My journey, walking in the prophetic. But the hardest thing for me is not being able to protect him from the spiritual warfare. So he has lots of nights when he's restless. He can't sleep because he's dealing with warfare a lot. And I think a lot of prophetic seers, the beginning of our journey, we're introduced to the demonic side of things because the enemy is trying to divert us. He doesn't want us to come into the fullness of what it is we carry. So I'm going to let him talk a little bit. So Makai, let's just give us some information. How do you feel about this gift that the Lord has given you, walking in the prophetic and also being a prophetic seer, so you can kind of recollect or think back,
operating in the prophetic, it's a very, yeah.
Like unique.
It's very unique, but sometimes it can be, not good at all times, because sometimes,
Sometimes what?
Oh my God, we gotta edit this one. This is bad. No, but
no, it's okay. Just
operating in the prophetic, it can be hard sometimes because you basically like gotta trust in God. You know what I'm saying? Even though if you don't wanna say something to somebody, you know, it could be hard because you don't want to be wrong or right. You just gotta do what God gotta tell you to do. You know what I'm saying? So.
So you're saying that you don't want to miss it, you know, like you don't want to give the wrong information.
Yeah.
When God reveals to you certain things. Okay, so how has your journey been, like socially, like your everyday journey? How do you feel the prophetic, you know, kind of, I don't know, not moves, but how do you feel that it has like a bearing on you socially, you know, compared to your other peers and things like that?
Okay, so I don't fit in, and I could say that I don't fit in at all. I mean,
how so? How do you feel like you don't fit in with your peers?
Because God's calling me away from a certain group of people to be separate from them. You know, just operating in God at all times. You know what I'm saying? People might not understand that, and yeah.
How do you feel? Why do you feel that it's important for you to be separate? Like as Christians, God has called all of us to be separate. But why do you feel that's important, especially with your gift?
I'll say because if you're like in the group, you start operating in what that certain group does. You know what I'm saying? As a prophetic person, because we're very sensitive. So if you surround yourself around a bunch of people that's smoking and drinking, getting high, you're gonna eventually, you know, start seeing that and seeing the demons that's in the people.
Have you had experiences like that where you've seen?
Yeah, I play in music venues and stuff. I see a lot of things. I just kind of try to be cool and stuff, but yeah.
Okay. So we are a musical family. He plays the drums. I have a 13-year-old that plays the bass. I sing. My husband is a musician. So go follow Makai and PJ Pugh on Facebook and YouTube. Makai and PJ Pugh.
Yeah. Really, you just type in the Pew Boys. It's Makai and PJ Pugh too long.
Okay. Yeah.
PUGHBOYS.
Okay. So yeah, go follow them and support them as well. So what are some experiences that you can share? Let's try to think back.
Experience, okay.
Yeah, like what are some experiences or some ways that God has made himself become more real to you? Or, you know, those moments he was like, oh wow, like God is really real. Those supernatural moments.
Man.
Oh, you was just telling me yesterday even how God was telling you some things. You didn't remember everything, but...
Okay, so yeah, I'll talk on that. He was telling me some things that I really needed to know, but I don't remember because.
What was it concerning?
Well, I don't remember.
You said they were concerning your life.
Oh yeah, like my life, my future. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Yes, but it was concerning my life and my future. I feel like I really needed to know that because. Like, who wants to miss God? You know what I'm saying? God is the risen King. He's above everything. You know. It's.
You right. The squeaky chair. That's all.
Yeah, but I feel like when you miss God, it's like it's just like, man.
Not a good feeling.
Yeah, basically.
I've definitely experienced that. You know, sometimes as a prophetic person, a seer prophet, a lot of times God deals with us when we're most vulnerable. So that's when we're sleeping. And sometimes, you know, depending on how good that sleep is, you can miss God, and that is not good. I oftentimes wonder, like, God, you like that, you know, like I am very, very tired today, Lord, and this is when you want, you know, to speak to me. So I'm even trying to cultivate him and to be ready at all times, because you never know when the Lord wants to deal with you, when he wants to show you things, when he wants to speak with you. But you have to position yourself to be ready. So I teach him to keep a pen and paper by, his bedside when he's sleeping. I keep a tablet. I keep something that I can record in, so I can wake up, I can take those notes and then go back to sleep, because it is not a good feeling when you miss the voice of the Holy Spirit, when he decides to deal with you whenever it is. Okay.
Okay.
So what about share some of the warfare experiences that you have gone through?
Okay, so, man, warfare ain't no joke, especially when it's the devil trying to get in your dreams. I see a lot of stupid stuff,
That you just know is warfare.
Yeah, like it could be something crazy. Like I'm in the church, right, and like I see like a woman dressed in a white dress. Wait, that's it.
A woman dressed in a white dress.
A woman dressed in a white dress. Okay, yeah, that's it. Right. Yeah, but it could just be,
Just aggravating, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a lot of there's a lot of times when I have to,
oh my God,
I get up in the middle of the night and I cover him in prayer, and I pray over him, because the warfare is like so intense, and it goes back to what I was saying before, how it's these moments when the enemy tries to get you to denounce your gift, get you to shun it and say, Lord, I don't want this. This is too much. It's too heavy. I don't want to deal with it. So that's how I feel that the enemy kind of works when you're younger.
Yeah.
To steer you away from embracing.
He wants you to be scared.
Yeah, embracing the prophetic. So I'm teaching him how to pray. I'm giving him the verbiage to say, and giving him scriptures to quote and things like that. So, I don't, we're not going to be on here too much longer. I just wanted to have a little chat with you all. I wanted to bring him on and have him share his experiences operating in the prophetic as a prophetic seer.
Let's get 30 subs.
That would be great. So like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully this helps you a little bit with your babies. If you have children that you sense operate in the prophetic, they're listening to this, you have heard something that will help you. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments. I will try my best to help you to answer those questions. But I think the most important thing is just being able to give them the tools, having someone that they can glean from. I didn't have that. Nobody in my household knew what the heck I was talking about most of the time, didn't know what I was seeing. They couldn't relate, so I had to navigate that process by myself. So I am blessed as a mother to be able to help him and answer some of those questions that he has in his early prophetic journey. So I know that the Lord is going to continue to use him and do great things in his life. All right, so you guys have a wonderful day, and we will see you next time. If you have any children, let me know in the comments what it is that you noticed or how you're trying to cultivate them and teach them on their prophetic journey. So until next time, we will see you guys later. Bye-bye.